I love this Layle by Mail kit. This is really fun. Hey everyone, I'm here in my Simple Joys. This is for spring and summer. I just want to capture those moments that are those things that are fleeting, things that I don't really take notice of, and they bring me so much joy. And so I'm working in here. I already did one spread. I'll link that down below if you are interested. And then there's obviously lots of blank pages. Let's fill one up. Let's do a double spread. I have a few things that I'm working with. When I'm working in a project like this, I kind of like to work in the same theme for every single page. There's a lot of cohesiveness with the designs and the color scheme. And so it really puts together a whole large, big book of just fun that all matches. And I like to do that for a lot of it. Sometimes in my planner, I don't do it that way, and that's okay. But for these things that are memory keeping, I want it to be a little bit more cohesive. But the thing I want to focus on today is contrast, okay? And here is what I'm working with. The Layle by Mail. I have her spring summer box, and then I also picked up a couple stamps and some rub-ons in her latest sale. I love these. Huge, huge months. And this is so easy to work with. It takes up a lot of space, and I like filling space up. I've already kind of picked what I want to work with. I want to work with some of this yellow here. I love this green, and I need something to make a tag from. So I'm going to pick one of these that works. And then see how these are all pastel muted colors. The thing about this kit is that she also has spring and summer mixed together. So if you're using this color palette, how would you incorporate one of these brighter colors? And I want to show you how I would do it. So I'm going to be working with a little bit of red. I pulled some red, some of this from my stash, and a couple of these little dots. I think that would be a really great pop of like spark on the page, where it would just give it a little definition. So I'm going to move ahead and move this to the side because I kind of have an idea of how I want to do it. I want to have like 3 different layers, and I want them to be like photo, these things like photo captures where you would have like a hole and then a place to write. And that's how I want it to be. And I think about 3 layers because 3 is always a great number, adds a lot of texture, adds a lot of oomph to the whole spread. So I'm going to quit yapping and get going. I do have a template. I'm just pulling out an acrylic block because it's easy for me to see through, see how I want it to be presented. Do I want it straight? Do I want it crooked? And then I can just trace, cut, be done. And it's a lot easier than putting it through the die cut machine, Cricut, all the things. So this is how I like to do like square things that have like a hole in the middle. For the bottom part, I want quite a bit. So I want some journaling space down here. So I'm just going to lift that up and make sure I have that. And then just kind of draw one more quick line. And I want to make this obviously a frame. So I'm going to cut this way, here, and then kind of match that same distance on this side. And of course I'm doing light pencil, so then I can just erase if there's any marks. So no big. If I go over, I'm not a perfectionist like that. Good and done is better than perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and grab my rotary cutter. It's probably a little overkill for this project, but it certainly will help me do several things. I am going to cut out the outside and cut out the inside as well. Okay, I have the outside cut. That was easy peasy. And now I'm just gonna go over with my rotary cutter just to kind of get that started. I'm not gonna go all the way to the corners just because I'm not that accurate. I could have used a smaller rotary cutter and have a little bit more control over that, but it's really not that deep. Not that deep for me, at least. Okay, then I'm gonna grab my X-Acto knife and I'm gonna finish up the cutting process with the corners. Okay, now I even have a little square if I want to use that later. Oh, that looks so good to start. Now I'm gonna make a couple more, and then I'm gonna be ready to go ahead and put them on a background. So I need a background for all of this. I'm gonna go ahead and measure because I cannot remember how big I need it. I wanna make like a white border around the edge. I think that would be pretty. So let's do 4.5 by 7.5. That makes it easy. It should fit perfectly. I love this little dotted background. I wanted something kind of neutral to make everything else stand out. So this one works great. If I can get it apart, it might be time for me to get a new rotary blade. That's what I'm thinking at this point. Let's make this tag. I want to make the top kind of like a rounded shape this way, and then, you know, get this direction this way, and then round the corners. I think it'll look great. And I'm working on the back side, so if I goof, I always tend to forget to work on the back side of a lot of projects. All right, it's not centered, so I'm just gonna chop this side off. Now it's a little bit more centered. Let's get that hole punched in there because that's where I want my contrasting thread to go. Okay, so I'm just about finished getting all of these organized here. So I just want to come up with a layout. Let's do something that's, this is this way, this is this other way, and then this would be kind of tucked in on top, something like this. That looks good. Something like that. And before I place this part down, I want to decide what ribbon I'm going to use. I love this pop of red. I love this red a little bit more just because of the contrast of it. Let's do something a little bit shorter. I can always trim it later, but I want to just stick this in here and get this about the size. I think I'm gonna bird's tail these. Actually, I'll just put an angle on those. And I'm okay if they stick up. I think that'll look cute. I can always, if I wanted to, like glue them down, that could look good. Let's try gluing those down real quick. Because it is this mesh, so it should stay. Oh, that could be tucked up underneath. This could be right here. I usually let ribbon just go where it wants to, but we'll tame it a little bit today. Oh, that looks great. And it looks like it's meant to be there. Oh, I'm excited about this. All right, so if we want to talk about size, I really want this to be some larger elements on the front. And then down here, I want just simple words. So let's go ahead and pull some of these. I'm going to do yellow so they kind of blend in. Like I'll do a beautiful day. I think that'll look good. Now I want to add just a little bit of texture to the background of this. So what I'm going to do is grab a quick stencil, like this little hashed background, and I don't want to go overboard or like go outside the box necessarily. Let's do something like this. And then like one little bit down here. Okay, well, let's fill in this one little last gap. Okay, perfect. I'm happy with that. Now this is where I'm going to incorporate some of these other extra bits. These are just adhesive dots. I don't know where I got them, but they're everywhere. I'm pretty sure they were in a card kit I got at one point. Let's put those right there. So that adds a little bit more color. And then just one more. Let's put that somewhere around here. So we have the triangle effect. And that is literally all I want for color pops. Let's do this documenting the details all the way at the top. Ooh, we could re-add this into it somehow. Let's do that. I will cut this down to size. We'll do documenting the details here real quick. Put this at the center at the top. See how well I did? Ooh, gorgeous, loving it. And then we'll put this here. Let's trim it to size. Want something just a smidge smaller again. Got a few more rub-ons that I want to include. I don't know if I'll do all 5 of these, but the center is so structured. I want to kind of have fun in this corner. It's kind of like this empty space. I'm going to grab just a couple of these and put these in the corners and just kind of like go at an angle. I'll do spring showers. I'll do warm vibes and fresh air. Now I want to just take this quick little card. I'm not so excited about introducing another color, which would be this teal. So I might figure out some way of hiding that, which is going to be different, but it kind of matches with the blue. So I think I'm okay with that. I want to see if this April stamp is wide enough. Oh, I think it's going to be perfect. So we'll stamp April on there. That looks good. Happy with that. Now we've incorporated that red. We can put that over there. I was thinking about putting like a number there or something. There needs to be something here. Probably like a page flag. Let's look here. I want to put something underneath it too. I found this little hexagon. I just want just something little, nice in 3 layers. Let's go ahead and add that down. I think I need to incorporate just a little bit of white over here. So I'm just going to trace the A with a Posca pen. I think it'll look nice and light. And that is how I would finish this beautiful layout. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. Love the contrasting colors. It works perfectly and I'm really happy with the way it turned out. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you guys here again next time. Bye.